the album after that, the All
All
Borders But
Borders,
Forest and
yes.
Cats, that was a more that really was a concept album. It was a real story that
What's
was
the
meant.
story?
So the story is that basically Jack had a job working as like a security guard at
At the
this.
museum, right?
No, well, it was
Oh,
not that one. It was another place. It was just some like office, not like office, like an industrial park or something. I don't even know what they did there, but it was the most like bullshit job because he could just come and relieve the night watchman before them, and then as long as he was there when the next guy showed up at 8 o'clock in the morning, like they had no idea if he was there or not. So he would
right,
go and check in and then just blow it off, and we would just go
right.
hang out, or his friends would come over. Like he
This
would
was
just
like
not
back in the day or more recent days?
back in the day.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha,
I'm
gotcha.
not sure. Like I'm gonna say like 90.
So before security cameras.
Yeah, exactly. It was like
Yeah.
93 to 6. I don't know, somewhere in
Mhm,
that zone. Hard to
mhm.
say exactly, but anyway, the guy he showed up to work one day, and the guy that was in the shift before then had a friend that was there with him in the booth, and so Jack, being just kind of like a cool, nice guy, just like started chatting with them. And when the other guy left, this guy that was there just stayed for Jack's shift, and he spent his shift with him. And Jack realized that this guy was on the run. Like he was
Mm.
staying in this booth as kind of like hiding out from the cops. So he would just stay for Jack's whole shift, and then Jack would drive him to some random place that he specified and drop him off. And then the next day they would do this, and he'd spend the whole night, chatting with Jack, and then Jack would drop him off someplace where he'd sleep the day away. And then at some point Jack realized that it was Sly Stone was who this guy was that he was
What?
hanging out with, who was on the run for like coke charges or something. Like he was, and they
Wow.
let him get picked up. He wound up going to jail or whatever. But for a couple weeks, there was this cat in a hat, which was Sly Stone, that he was like hanging out with, and just like that he didn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
basically that guy.
that's so interesting.
So that was the the story of the whole thing. How it started was this guy that needed refuge. It was like a refugee concept album.
Mhm.
um, and then it became fictionalized, but that was the inspiration for it. And it became a bigger story because at the time, there were, as there always is, there was a few refugee crises
Right.
happening in the world. And we were sort of moved and inspired to kind of like write about that and about providing, you know, uh, safe haven to refugees. And so that was the overarching concept